Taking place between the events of John Wick 3 Parabellum and Chapter 4, Eve Macaro, a ballerina assassin, begins to train in the assassin traditions of the Ruska Roma and sets out to seek revenge for her father's death. What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another movie review, this time for From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. Now, for at least this review's sake, I'm going to refer to this film as Ballerina because that's just a mouthful saying that every single time, but I totally get it. They have to sell a movie. All right, now it should go without saying, guys, if you don't see spoilers in the title, I will not be talking about any spoilers in this review. So anything I do refer back to is completely shown in the trailer, so you don't have to worry about me ruining any part of the movie. All right, now let's get directly into my likes for Ballerina. Starting off with these stylized action sequences. Oh my God. So I'm recently coming off of John Wick 4. I know I'm a couple years late, guys, but I wanted to finally complete the collection, and I don't know why I held off so damn long. So I have that movie still really fresh in my brain, and I was doing a lot of comparisons while I was watching Ballerina to sequences from John Wick 4. And even though we do have a different director, Len Wiseman, on this film, it definitely felt a little like Chad Stahelski's style as far as capturing at least what the fourth one did in the film with all of the vibrant colors, the sequences, once again, the real in-your-face hand-to-hand combat, especially when it comes to this grenade and flamethrower scene, guys. Oh my God, I almost shit my heart out. Either way, if you guys are action fans, you are absolutely gonna love some of these scenes. And I was questioning before I even went into this movie, was it gonna be as brutal as the other installments for John Wick? And as the movie chugged along, the kills got more and more brutal, and I was almost, if I had the balls to, I would have got up and cheered. Now, another like of mine is Ana de Armas in this role. Now, I can understand why people think that she's kind of like this Gal Gadot where her acting isn't the strongest ability. I think she is given a backstory where it is fueled by vengeance and hate and pain and ferocity. And when the movie finally does slow down and we get to focus on some of that backlore for her, I believed it. I bought it. Now, like I said before, this film does take place between John Wick 3 and John Wick 4. So if you guys are a fan of that time period, which I think a lot of people are because that's when they kind of just amped up and ramped up a lot of the action in different locations, this one is no different. It definitely expands on the world, dealing with some of the underbelly. I mean, that's kind of our main plot here, is Ana de Armas playing Eve, once again seeking out the reason her family was killed. And I dug that. I definitely love learning more about this expansive world, like I said. Even though the story of John Wick is an unbelievable one at its core, the way people in these movies take bullets and explosions just to their bodies is just, it's so funny. It's like a video game. But once again, if you are an action fiend, especially B-movie action, you guys are going to cheer for stuff like that, because the whole sole purpose of these movies, at least for me, is to escape reality for a couple of hours. And once again, to piggyback off these action sequences, I like what they did that a lot of movies that don't have female action leads do. They show them get their ass kicked. So we do have some training montages, obviously, but they let the audience know from the get-go that it's not going to be an easy fight for Eve. Men and women are definitely built differently, so you have to use certain things or even cheat to fight to win. And when you really think about it, that's the objective of fighting, is to win the fight, right? So you're gonna do whatever it takes by whatever means necessary. And we get to see that a lot. This is her origin story, and I really like that we got to see her first mission, and she comes in walking all badass, and she gets completely decimated, and I'm like, they don't really show this in action movies. You usually just see this person as already seasoned, already hardened, but no, even though this is a John Wick movie, they try to throw in a little bit of realism in there, because I know it's gonna be hard for a lot of people to accept the fact that a 120-pound woman can take down all of these men. So what do? They show her stabbing a lot. They show her punching in the nuts a lot. They show her shooting at close range a lot, which once again, for someone like me, is much appreciated. All right, now another like of mine, guys, is the soundtrack, the score. So once again, if you guys have seen John Wick 4, you hear a lot of this EDM or just kind of this synthesized beats pounding, especially during a lot of the club scene, and it gets you really amped up, and it lends to a lot of the action that's on the screen. All right, now let's get into my cons for the film Ballerina, starting off with its paper-thin plot. And that's okay. You know what? I knew I was going to go into something new, and I wasn't expecting them to reinvent the wheel. I was just looking for more of some cool action sequences and introduced to someone that could be part of this John Wick universe. So even though everything looks cool, sounds cool, the story at its core is a simple one of revenge, and you also get a simple villain played by Gabriel Byrne, who is definitely seasoned, and he's really good in this movie. They give him a very interesting and dark backstory, but there was something about his performance, even though he is seasoned, that was very underwhelming. Also, there is a subplot thrown in here with Norman Reedus, which I didn't even think needed to be in the movie, but I understand why they did it. It's because Ana de Armas does go through a similar situation at the beginning of this movie. I totally get it. It's supposed to be like a full circle moment, but I just think it could have been trimmed out and it probably would have saved us 15 minutes of the movie. Now, believe it or not, a lot of John Wicks are going to hate me saying this one. This movie had too much John Wick. I know this is supposed to be from the world of John Wick, Ballerina, but let Ana de Armas shine, man. I mean, I know you have to sell a movie. I totally get the business aspect of everything. He is in this movie more than I expected. And yes, when that happens, sometimes people can forget about our main protagonist, and it can almost cheapen her performance in this movie. Though I didn't completely hate it, I totally acknowledge that. I think they were shimmying him in there because, once again, this was probably filming right before John Wick 4, and they needed the Baba Yaga to sell more tickets. But all in all, guys, I had a very, very entertaining time with this one. I don't want to get too nitpicky with it, as once I did leave my theater, I saw a bunch of people, groups, couples, just gathering by their cars, talking about this movie. And that's what the whole point of going to the movie theater is about. You guys talk about your experience afterwards, whether you liked the movie, whether you didn't. You get to pick apart and dissect things, pick each other's brains for a little bit. And once again, it's just the experience of being there in a crowded theater that makes these movies so magical, especially right before summer. So all that being said, guys, I think Ballerina is an exceptional time, a more fun time than I thought I would have at the movie theaters this June. So all that being said, I'm going to give From the World of John Wick, Ballerina a solid 4 out of 5. All right, Flix Talkers, what do you think of Ballerina? Please let me know in the comments below. Do you guys plan to see it in theaters, or are you guys waiting for a streamer, or are you missing it completely? Please let me know in the comments below. If you guys did appreciate my thoughts, hit that big thumbs up to support the channel. Consider subscribing today for more. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone. Peace.